Sorry, hey, how's it going, guys? Is it gonna stay? Is this gonna stay? There we go. How's it going, guys? Cranky Yankee here. I am driving, so apologize if I'm not looking at the camera. But a little update I want to give y'all on. I am currently driving home to Pensacola from Gainesville. Gideon had an appointment today, 8 o'clock this morning, so I've been up since 1 a.m. Now currently 3:43 Central Time. I have no idea if I've switched back over to Central Time or not yet, because Gainesville's on Eastern Time. So it may be 4:43, maybe 3:43, I don't know, either way. But my clock, which is set to Central Time, says it's currently 3:43 Central Time. So I have been up for 14 hours without sleep so far. So we came down here to Gainesville, and Gideon had an MRI, 8 o'clock this morning, and an echo for his heart. When he came out of it, he wasn't doing too well. He was having some trouble breathing, his stats were low, his heart rate was high. He did miss a med. He got a med late, so that might have been why the heart rate was a little low. But he had a lot of secretions, lots of snot, gunkiness. I know what y'all are thinking. I'm getting to that. Just hold on. I'm getting there. Which he's had for a while. So, I mean, he's been gunky. He's been coughing. His nose has been running constantly. No fever. I mean, other than a cough here and there and the runny nose, he's been more or less normal. So, anyways, so we go there and they decide that because he wasn't doing too well that they're going to keep him overnight. Now, I'm sure you're probably thinking, well, why am I not staying the night? I'm getting to that. So, because they have to admit him to they couldn't just bring him directly up to the ICU. They have to actually take him through the ER so he can get transferred or get whatever they have to do to admit him into the ER or whatever. And because of that, he has to go and get tested for COVID-19. Now, me and Katie and the doctors and nurses as well are all pretty confident that he doesn't have COVID-19. He doesn't have symptoms of COVID-19. Now, for reference, for those of you who don't know, my son's 4.5. Generally, there hasn't been a whole lot of kids his age, if at all, getting it, which is good. Very fortunate. But I wanted to bring this up because, one, hey, you guys all like to be updated with Gideon, and this is a little bit of a surprise. We were supposed to come down and go back. So as it is now, I probably have to go back tomorrow and get them if they get discharged. For reference, it's a 4-hour and 40-minute drive one way to Gainesville. So that's going to be 9 hours for me in the car today. 9 hours in the car probably tomorrow as well. So I don't have work. I've called work and I told them that situation and they were like, yep. They said that's fine. They said, but anyway, so I got work on. So the reason why I'm driving home currently, because of COVID-19, I really don't care if this gets demonetized either. They may bring it down, but to me, I'm not trying to spew any untruths. I'm just telling my perspective. The reason why I am driving home is because they will not allow two people, or will not allow more than one person. Oops, there goes my phone. One person. Oh fuck! I switched the camera. There we go. I'm just gonna put this here. I only need one-handed drive. So they'll only allow one person to be with the patient at a time. So, guys, so I am not allowed to stay the night. Only Katie can stay. It would be either I go home or she goes home, and she decided to stay since she doesn't work and I do. So if by some chance they're not going to come home tomorrow, maybe I can at least get a few hours of work in tomorrow because I'm not getting paid if I'm not working. I mean, me and Katie have some money in the bank. We've got tax money still, which is good. So we have a little safety net cushion money if I miss a few days, so it's not a huge issue. It's more of an annoyance. But I know a lot of people online have been talking about how all these celebrities are coming down with it, and they're like, oh, well, the rich people are getting tested, but the poor people are not. That's false. That is absolutely a false statement. That is not the case. Are more rich people and celebrities getting tested than poor people? Yes. But I also want to counteract that with this. How many poor people can afford to travel outside the country? None of them. So, unless you have friends that do, which if you're poor, you probably have poor friends, so none of you guys are probably vacationing overseas. And you're probably not hanging out with people who do, so you're far, far, far less likely to come in contact with it. And I say this because a lot of people are saying that the poor people are not getting tested and blah, blah, blah. That's false. They're testing everybody. They're testing everybody they can. I mean, they flat out said that that they had to take him to the ER because he had to get a COVID-19 screening. So we have test kits. They are screening. We can screen. This is Florida. There's 19 cases of coronavirus in Florida right now. Only 19. For reference, there's 500,000 people just in Pensacola. I think I want to say 1 million or two in Gainesville, where I just left from. But it's a scary thing, and my boss has said that she thinks it's kind of ridiculous that we can't both stay. And I think, and I tend to agree a bit. But at the same time, I mean, we don't know. We just don't know. We know so little. Oh, this guy's swerving. That's kind of scary. Big old truck swerving on the road. That's not encouraging. Quickly pass this guy. There we go. But we know so little. And we don't have a vaccine or a cure or anything like that. Well, it's not going to be a cure because here's the thing. It's a virus. It's a virus. You can't take antibiotics or anything like that for a virus. It doesn't do it. Well, actually, you can take it. You can take. Well, no, you can't. I don't know. Either way, I know there's no cure. You can't cure a virus. It's not like a bacterial infection or something where you can just take some amoxicillin and then in a couple days you're good. So there's a cop there. Look at me. Look at me breaking the law. Don't do this at home, kids. Do not do this at home. Do not try this at home. Do not drive and make a YouTube video at the same time. The only reason I'm doing this is because I really want to get this off my chest. I really want to talk about this. And I got a 4-hour drive. I'm bored. My radio doesn't work in my car. So I have no music. So I have to sit here in silence. So, I'm going to talk to you guys. I'm going to make a video. Excuse me. So, don't let anyone tell you that poor people are not getting screened. The reason why these celebrities and all these politicians and rich people are getting tested is because most of them have coronavirus because they travel a lot all around the world. This is how it is. They're just more susceptible to being exposed because they go on cruises and they travel the world and they go to Europe and they go to Asia and everything like that. Tom Hanks is one of the very famous ones who's come down with it. He's quarantined in Australia right now. South Pacific, that's really close to Asia. There's lots of Asian people. There's a large Asian population in Australia. Now, I'm not saying that Asian people give coronavirus because I'm not trying to be racist. That's also, anybody who says that, also, anybody who calls it the Chinese virus is a fucking racist. You should poke them in the eye. Poke! Right in the eye. Fuck! Switch lanes again. I'm good. Always check your blind spots. Driving test, the cranky Yankees. But yeah, so that's why these people who are saying this on Twitter and stuff, like, they're fearmongers. They're trying to grab straws. They're trying to spread conspiracies that have very little evidence to support them. So, it makes sense why all these celebrities are getting it, because they travel. I don't have it, because I don't leave Pensacola. I rarely leave my house other than to go to work. So as far as quarantine goes, me and Katie are quarantine and I don't get to work for 2 weeks, and guess what? There's gonna be a lot of videos on this channel. A lot of videos. I will spend a good chunk of that time recording videos and making stuff for YouTube, because why not? I got no other. I got all this time on my hands. I have all this time, so it's like, whatever. The good thing too about Gideon being in the hospital right now too is he's on spring break. He's got the next 2 weeks off, so he'll be fine. It's not gonna affect his school at all. Yeah, so it was a little concerning, a little scary today with that. They told us the procedure was gonna take about an hour and a half, 2 hours. He went in about 9:30, and we didn't even see him until almost 2. Very concerning. Said it's gonna be a 2-hour procedure in 4, 5, 6 hours. Then I thought I was like, shit, is there some complications? Like, is my son dying right now? No, but he was doing well. When I left, he was doing a lot better. His stats are still kind of low. He's on oxygen right now, which is rare. He has not been on oxygen in over a year. He hasn't had to be on oxygen. So yeah. But that's my theory on why all of these celebrities are getting coronavirus, and all these politicians are getting it. It's not because they're not getting screened because they're rich. They're getting screened because they're the most likely demographic of people to get it. Because they literally asked us today. They said, have you traveled outside the country? No. Have you been around anywhere who's traveled outside the country? No. Have you been on a cruise? No. Have you been to Asia? No. And they literally named off like 15 different countries. Have you been here? Have you been here? Have you been here? And I'm like, no. And even if the first question they ask is, have you traveled outside the country? And we say no. And then they ask you if they've been to XYZ countries. They're very thorough. It's a good thing. But that's why they're getting screened. Because they travel. They probably said, yeah, I've been to X country, X country, X country. So it's like, oh, well, then we need to give you a test because you probably contracted coronavirus. So, but yeah. So that's another perspective on what this whole thing affects. If coronavirus wasn't a thing, I'd still be in Gainesville. I'd be with my wife and my son right now. But I'm not. I'm in my car, driving 4 hours back home, sleep, to probably turn around and wake up tomorrow morning and do it all over again. It's annoying, frustrating, but I get it. I'm glad they're doing it. Do I think that I should be able to stay with my son because I know I'm not sick and I know I don't have coronavirus? Yes. But I understand their caution. I understand their aversion to doing this. I get it. And I'm very, very glad that Shands in Gainesville, the University of Florida Health Center in Gainesville, is taking the strides that they need to do to protect the public and the patients from this very scary unknown disease. Slightly semi-unknown. I want to say this too. One thing that did surprise me, and not in a good way, about the doctors at Shands, they were trying to shake my hand. I did elbows. I was like, nah, I said, we'll do elbows. I'm like, I'm not shaking your hand. Sorry. I said, I don't want to, my son, you see my son, he's medically complex, he could be immunocompromised. I'll just elbow. I know that you're a doctor and you're washing your hands 50,000 times a day. I don't care. If you're going to come in contact with that, a hospital is where you're going to get it. I mean, if you get it, the best place to be is the hospital. But it's also the best place to be if you want to get it. Because when somebody gets coronavirus, where do they go? The hospital. And all of those doctors are going to be exposed to it. All those nurses are going to be exposed to it. So therefore, all the patients in the hospital are going to be exposed to it, indirectly. Now, you can have all the hand washing of the world, and I know that nurses, as a majority, 99% of the nurses and doctors that I see are very, very good at being clean. But people forget. Mistakes are made, accidents happen. It's just part of being human. So I understand their caution, and I appreciate it. As annoying as it is, as much as it screwy Louie's my life, I'm okay with it, for the most part. I'm a little upset I gotta go home and come back, but I like something about Katie being an octopus on me tonight. She always wraps herself all around me in bed, and I can
choked by a doctor.
I love her to death, but she has to be on top of me, and not in a dirty way. Like, she needs to just constantly touch me. And she's a girl, they're needy. They need to be clingy. They need to, like, constantly petted and stuff, like a cat or something. But another thing I want to bring up, too, just kind of floored me the other day. I was talking with my mom about it. I think it was yesterday or the day before. She goes, oh, yeah. She goes, oh, yeah, my friend's daughter got it when she was, like, 1. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm thinking to myself, like, that seems odd. Because it seems odd that A, a child that young would get it, B, that they would live. Just saying. Because when it affects those people who are immunocompromised, elderly, or very, very, very young, like that, like a year-old, where their immune system hasn't completely built up completely yet, there's a 90% fatality rate
For those people.
The average is 3.8,
But that's because the majority
of the people that get it don't die and don't have to really go to the hospital. So that's why it seems like, oh, it's only 3.8%. I'm like, yeah, but those 3.8% are the at-risk people. And of the at-risk people who get it, 90% of the at-risk people who get it die. Because there's so many elderly people die. Now, luckily, kids have not died yet. I haven't heard a whole lot about kids. I think it was one little girl who did die. But it doesn't seem like there's been too many, which is good. And I'm confident that if my son does by some chance happen to get it, I think he'll probably be okay too. But besides that, my mom had said that, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, how old is she now? My mom's like 6. I looked at my mom. I'm like, she didn't have coronavirus. She goes, well, how do you know? I said, do you know what COVID-19
stands for? She goes,
no. I said, coronavirus 19. Coronavirus diagnosed 2019. I said, Mom, this didn't exist
5 years ago. There's no possible
way your friend's
daughter could have gotten it. She probably got
probably got some other kind of flu. Maybe she got SARS or avian flu or something. Because let's be clear here. Coronavirus is a strain of
avian virus or West Nile. I'm not sure if it's the avian flu or the West Nile virus, but it's one of those two. It's a bird flu.
We had the bird flu a while ago in Vermont, probably about 10 or 15 years ago. And I guess from all the research that I've done, which hasn't been a lot, from what I've read, it seems like a lot of people are kind of leaning towards the fact that it's a strain of bird flu. So, and I told her that's probably what she had, but Mom's like, oh, well, I didn't know that. I'm like, yeah. I said, Mom, I'm pretty sure your friend was either lying to you or didn't know what she was talking about, because there's no possible way that her 6-year-old daughter could have got coronavirus 5 years ago when it didn't exist before 2019. 2020 right now, for reference, if you ever watched Past the State. You can't get a virus that doesn't exist. I mean, maybe she got it, but I feel like
we would have known.
If this little girl got it and had to go to
the hospital, she said she was in the hospital for like a week.
Okay, well, I just got an update from Katie. Apparently he's got pneumonia. I'm not sure what the deal is there, but I will give you guys another update probably when I get home on this. I'm going to finish this video. I'm going to probably stop and get gas here pretty quick, and I'm going to read the text message, and then I'll let you know. But I think they said something. I didn't read the full text message because the little alert bar came up, but I said it had pneumonia and said something collapsed in on itself. I'm not sure if it was his lung or if it was one of the ventricles of his heart. I have a feeling it was one of the ventricles of his heart, which is very scary. He's better.
He's doing okay. Wasn't 100%, but he was better than he was when he got out of
anesthesia.
I think the anesthesia caused this, weirdly enough.
Because he was fine, 100% fine all the way here. He was a little shithead all morning. So he was completely fine before he went under. So I don't know what happened or what they did or didn't do or what happened when he was under anesthesia, but he was fine before and he wasn't when he came out. Something happened when he was back there. I don't know if
the MRI did something or what.
But they said they had to take the MRI took a lot longer because they couldn't get good pictures, which he's 4 and yeah, makes sense. But anyways, that's my little update on Gideon and my little 2 cents on the coronavirus situation currently. But just think about it. It affects
so much more than even we realize.
Even with everything that's affected so far.
It even affects even more than we can imagine. Because of things like, as simple as, I'm not able to stay in the hospital with my son and my wife tonight because of this. And I don't have any signs or symptoms or anything. But because of taking precautions,
I can't. I have to drive home.
Which sucks. But
oh well. Maybe I'll
make a hockey video tonight. You know, maybe we'll do some Be a Pro, or maybe we'll do a franchise mode tonight. What do you guys think about that? Would that be fun?
Let me know in the comment section below if you want to see me do a Be a Pro or a... I mean, I know I still
I'll have the Odd Man Rush Be a Pro to do. That I know that's there. Those of you who are watching who are in the Discord, I know I did a fun franchise mode on my own for fun, and I showed you guys where I got drafted, so that's kind of cool. It's easier with a franchise mode to see where everybody gets drafted, but anyways.
It's neither here nor there. Well, let me guys know what you guys think about this
whole situation. Do you think that we're overreacting? Do you think that we're underreacting? Do you think that it's all a big sham? Do you think that it's actually very serious, that people aren't doing enough?
Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'm the Cranky Yankee. Wash your hands.
Love your mama. Love your grandma. If they're elderly, love them behind a pane of glass, or maybe in a bubble, or maybe just call them over the phone and say that you love them and don't go see them.
If any of you are under
quarantine, I hope this helps you a little bit. Hopes to give you a little bit of entertainment while you're shut in at home, bored.
We aren't to that point here in Florida yet. I haven't been
told to stay home. If they should do that, I certainly will. But
yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure what to make of this whole thing.
But I'll let you guys know about Gideon and everything and how it's going. Hopefully he's going to be better tomorrow and they'll be able to go get them. But yeah, anyways, that's it for me, guys. I'm the Cranky Yankee. God bless y'all. Not God bless you. God bless you.
Sorry. I've been saying God bless people for so long when I was a Christian
that it's still a habit, but I try to switch it to God
bless you since I am polytheistic now. Slightly
kind of polytheistic.
Wiccan polytheistic kind of thing. But God's bless you.
May your dreams come
true and all that
sugary goodness. I love y'all. Have a great day.